Incoming freshmen are welcome to the Start Strong orientation. Varsity football plays a dramatic home opener against Taunton High, and a new phone policy goes into effect. This is MET News. Hi and welcome to MET News. I'm Grant Davis. We have a quick show for you today. Let's get right to the lead. On August 16th and 17th, MHS hosted the annual Start Strong Freshman Orientation. This is an opportunity for incoming freshmen to tour the school, meet upperclassmen, and have some fun. Here's more from Start Strong. On Friday, September 22nd, Middleborough High School had their first home game against Taunton High School. The game was very close, but Middleborough took the amazing comeback win of 18-14 against the Tigers. Here's some amazing highlights from the game. How do cell phones affect students during class time? Last year, teachers were concerned that students were distracted from their classwork. MHS has decided that this school year, phones have been prohibited in the classroom. Here's Brian Moreau with the story.
Phone use has officially been prohibited this year in classes. How will students be able to live without their phones? Today we talk about how the new cell phone policy has either had a positive or negative impact on students and teachers.
I think ultimately in the long run, having no cell phones in the class will have a tremendously positive effect in the classroom. I think in the first few weeks, getting back to school with this new rule, it's taking some time for the students to kind of break that habit of having the phone in their hands all the time, which I totally respect and understand because, to be honest, I'm like that outside of school all the time anyway. Everyone has their phone on them all the time. So I think ultimately it'll be a really good thing in the classroom.
During class time, students are asked to take any electronic device that they have and turn it off or silence it and just have it off their person, whether it's a bag or a pocketbook or a coat that's maybe on your chair. And it's intended to limit the desire to check the phone, to get sucked into any possible distraction that students might have during the school day, because what we're trying to do is provide them access to their education and really teach them. And even the science indicates that no human can really multitask efficiently. You can't do more than one thing at a time and do it very well.
Cell phone policy, I think it was a needed thing, honestly, because last year we had a lot of problems with cell phones because students would distract the class just by being on their phone. So
I think the changes they made to the cell phone policy this year are well needed. I think last year it was more up to the teacher's discretion, and we had a sign that we could flip and say, okay, now it's okay to use your phones or your earbuds, and then we could flip and turn that off. And I think it actually kind of created confusion for the students because sometimes they could do it and sometimes they couldn't. Certain teachers may have been enforcing the rule more strictly than other teachers. So it became kind of a different experience for all the students. So I think just having a cut and dry policy that during learning time there's no cell phones, I think is the way to go.
You know, it's no surprise that students, use phones to contact each other and meet up in the restrooms or in the hallways and try to connect with each other. They're on social media, and there's a lot of great things that come from social media, and there's a lot of terrible things that can come from social media. So, in our opinion, this year we're piloting this new plan to hope minimize distractions in the classroom, keep people focused more on teaching and learning, and being present in class.
it doesn't really affect me because me and my friends, we don't have Wi-Fi, so there's no reason we should be on our phones because that's the only reason I use cell phones. So no Wi-Fi, can't text my friends.
I'm ashamed to say that I'm probably on my phone for like 5 or 6 hours a day. I mean, like, I feel like everything I do is on my phone, whether it's productivity or entertainment or communication with friends and family. So, my phone's never too far away.
In terms of hours, I would probably say my phone would tell me that I'm probably on it for about 3 hours or so. And that's intermittent. It's, checking text messages when appropriate to do so, making an important phone call when it's appropriate to do so, I'd say about 3 hours.
It says about 5 hours, which is a lot, but I just use it to watch Netflix and like text my friends, and I only really text 2 people on my phone.
Although I think there might be some speed bumps along the way with this new policy, I do think it's a good thing, and I do think students will adapt and learn to put their phone away, and we might find that students actually feel better about themselves the less time they're using their phone during the day.
No, I just hope that that every stakeholder in school, whether it's a student or a teacher or a parent, they understand that where we're coming from is good. We're trying to promote concentration and focus and teaching and learning, and trying to minimize distractions. We're not trying to be monsters and keeping you from what you love to do. But at the end of the day, we are a school. We are to provide and provide access to an education, and we think it's best done with minimal distractions.
And then I would like to add, I would say stop being on your phone. It's annoying.
Looking back, we now see how having no phones in class will help kids focus more. As a result, this will cause less distractions. This is Brian Moreau from MET News.
Thank you for joining us for our first episode of MET News for the 2023-24 school year. I'm Grant Davis. Have a great day.